Thanks for hopping on with us to the Agent Q&A for Elite. I'm joined in studio by Joanne Rosales.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Albert. I'm filling in physically for John. John's actually, it's his birthday today, by the way. So actually, a happy birthday. But had to take his daughter out for some shots or some baby maintenance stuff. So, but he will be joining us. So first of all, thank you for having all you guys on. Just you guys have any questions or anything you guys want to get started with?
I'll go first, I guess.
What's up, Casey?
As a new agent, obviously it's important to buy leads. But what if I don't have the money or I'm not willing to buy leads when I first start off? How do I be successful in this business?
Sure. John, why don't you take this one? Get started.
All right, so you have a license, right? And then once you're contracted, you have all the carriers with us. So you got to look at it from your business. You know, how are you going to be in business if you don't have a method to get in front of people? So I was mentioning this to some of my agents, and especially when I hire part-timers, like you don't have to have leads. You don't have to buy leads, but you need to get in front of people. Okay. So having leads allows us to make that easier. So we have other IMOs out there that just go door to door. We have other IMOs that just go right down their friends and family members. You can use whatever asset and medium and, channels you have. But at the end of the day, you got to get in front of people. So if you have a method, great. If you don't, you're not in business. So you got to consider that.
Yeah, and I think part of it, I know Joanne's been doing a good job of setting these expectations a little bit clearer up front. So the thing is, if you're a brand new agent starting off, come into it with the right expectation that you're going to be investing money into leads. Like don't come into thinking, oh, I don't need to ever buy leads. I'm just going to sell people I know, which is fine. If people need it, get them taken care of. But realistically, you should have about 1,000. If you really want to give yourself a really good start, $2,000 ideally for you to start off as far as purchasing leads, getting enough activity, making some sales, throwing right back in. So obviously you got to start with wherever you're at. So if you don't have money, you can go a couple ways. You can start off with a war market sale. If you can't find anybody that needs insurance, the thing is you're not thinking hard enough. You got to think back to why you got into this business. You got to think back why this was an interesting prospect or career decision you decided to get into, because everybody needs insurance. So the things you just got to be a little bit more resourceful in that sense. So if you make a war market sale, you get paid. We get paid very quickly, typically within a couple of days. So if you do that, put that money right back in. And the thing is, spending $1,000, $2,000 a week on leads. Some people spend as much as $2,500, $3,000, $4,000 if they really want to be a top producer. So the things you got to ask yourself: am I really spending that much money? The thing is, you're spending money on the initial set. So you're purchasing leads. Then after that, you're making some sales off of it. So you're basically playing with house money. You're rolling that back in. So it's not like a brand new. You're not constantly pulling out additional $1,000 to $2,000 a week leads. If you keep that perspective, this is what you need to do to keep your business running sustainably. It's how you grow. It's like owning a restaurant. If you don't have inventory, you don't have food to prepare and serve, you can't make money. So that's one way. And start with wherever you're at. So the thing is, if you only have a couple $100, buy some older leads. You'll have to put in a lot more work. So when it comes to money, either you can throw money at the problem, you throw time at the problem. So you don't have very much money, buy some leads, get the experience, keep working at it, put in that extra work. So everything there's a solution for everything in this business. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but it's there.
Yeah. And then another thing too is always remembering, like, the new agents as well, is like, I feel like sometimes our new agents get caught up when they make their first couple of sales where they don't reinvest that specific money back into their business. So it's really important to be able to let them know that the money that they're investing into the business should be their first priority, should be to put it back into the business, and then continue the same the same formula in a sense of like, you know, once they get their sell and they're going to purchase leads with the money that they're making from their sell, not do other things with it, which is like the hard thing sometimes for the agents because
Right.
figure out where to allocate their funds.
Well, yeah, a lot of people make their first sale or two. They should be putting it back into the business, but they go and pay off their bills.
Yeah.
They go and buy a new iPhone,
Buy a new purse.
buy a new purse, take the
other
family to
stuff, yeah.
Disneyland. So you know you do little things, and the thing is you're making unwise business decisions. You're making great personal decisions because in that moment it's fun. In
Yeah.
that moment it feels like gratifying. I'm paying off my bills. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. But the thing is, your bills will never pay you any more money.
Yeah.
If you put it back into leads, you can make more money.
And it's just the beginning. Like if they're a new agent, they don't have the funds to be able to purchase leads, they can hit their warm market, hit the people that they know and make a couple of sales there, you know, and then use that for their leads. And they would initially plug themselves back into the process of buying leads, and that will make it a lot easier for them.
And reach out to your upline. Maybe they have some old leads. Maybe they can help you out a little bit. And but the thing is, don't come into thinking I don't need to spend money on leads.
Yeah.
Because I think that's when it gets dangerous. And even if your upline is nice enough to help you out, to get you some leads, you don't want it to create a dependency either. You want to come in expecting I'm going to invest leads, make money, invest more back into it, make money, invest more back into it. That's the successful business cycle within this industry.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Albert. How's it going, sir?
Hey, Pierce.
I know we spoke a little bit this morning. As far as material to send to, so I had roughly 12 agents under me at my last place. And a few of them are thinking about possibly making the change as well. And then as far as recruiting in general, I haven't been able to log on to the Google Drive yet. Is there a lot of material on there that we can share with people on the Google Drive, or where would I find things like the videos, which I have a couple of them on my phone to send to people?
Okay. Well, first of all, see you're on duty there.
Yes.
Thanks for hopping on and keeping the community safe.
I appreciate it.
But as far as your question, for all of you guys out there looking to build a team, or maybe you're not really that involved in it yet, but you have people that are interested, people that you might be wanting to come on board. Here's the thing: there's two types of candidates. There's the first one. There's the ones that are licensed. So those ones, people that are already licensed, pretty simple. Add them into HCMS. You go into HCMS, new invitation, put in their info, hit send. They'll get it. Joanne will send out the welcome email. They'll follow the steps, get contracted. Pretty simple, straightforward.
Okay.
Or so you would think. The second type of candidate is someone that's brand new into the industry, that has never looked into insurance before, or they're not licensed yet. So if they're not licensed, first of all, the first thing we got to do is we got to get them licensed. So then we have a voucher. So here at FFL, we actually pay for the pre-licensing course. So we have a voucher that we can send out to you. So I'm gonna shoot it onto the group chat in just a second.
Okay.
But this is a little voucher with a coupon code. They can go on there, log on, register, create their own account, knock out their state requirements. So every respective state is a little bit different. So they can knock out the course, study for it. As far as study materials, it's all going to be on that course. So I recommend just going through the course. It's not going to be a ton of fun. You know, it's work. So the thing is, they just got to get through it, knock out the hours. What I would recommend for the studying is you're going to have to knock out a certain number of required hours for most states anyway. Take the practice exams over and over and over again, because that'll prepare people, because a lot of those are actually the actual test questions themselves. So, you know, if someone just goes through that, once they get that, also when you're sending out the voucher, what I'd recommend is to tell them to set up a test date too. Set up an exam date in advance, because the thing is, a lot of times we give out the voucher, people take it, they might start it, they may not. Once they start it, the thing is, it's not gonna be very exciting. So they're like, I'll just do it later.
Yeah.
So then people keep dragging it out, and it does expire. I think it's good for
30 days.
30 days. So the thing is, after 30 days, if they didn't complete it, they got to pay to renew it. So kind of defeats the purpose of paying for a free voucher. So most people, they don't have the target date. They're just going to keep dragging out. So if you have a target date, puts a little bit of pressure on you, gives you a target, something to shoot for, makes you finish it within a lot of amount of time. So that's the process. And once they have the test date, obviously they're study prepared for that, go take the test. Once they pass the test, then they'll file for their license. And the sub-states do the fingerprint for the background check. If they're not licensed, send them the voucher, get them set up a test date. If they are, then go ahead and enter them into the system, get them started with contracting.
But in terms of like sending interested or sending like your agents that you had in mind already some information on Family First Life, I always like sending them the overview video. That's like the 20-minute video, basically. I think that covers everything about Family First Life, and it pretty much gives them a really clear overview and a clear expectation as to what they can expect when they're joining Family First Life. So if there's anything additional that your prospective agents are needing, or that you feel would, make it easier for you to convert them into your agency or bring them over, you can always reach out to Albert or myself, and we can definitely like help you out with anything.
Awesome. Cool. I appreciate it. Tiffany, she actually spoke to one of my buddies this morning, and he said he already got signed up for the classes online. I guess she gave him the voucher. So that's good.
Okay.
So,
perfect.
and then once, which I'm sure Tiffany, she'll be able to help me with all that. Once he actually does get on, how do I control, I guess, do we control their,
you cut off there.
Cut out at the end.
Oh, sorry. I'm down in the city. I don't have the greatest service down here.
Right.
I guess once they're actually contracted, you have control over, I guess, their commissions, all that rate. Is that all done through the main portal?
Yep. All through HCMS.
Yeah. So when you invite your agent, you have control of placing their comp at whatever commission level you guys have agreed to and everything like that. And then you also do have access to making any changes to their profiles if you guys need to adjust anything.
Okay. Awesome. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, let me take one step back. Actually, I think I skipped a step. For people that are already interested, it's pretty simple, straightforward. You can send them the voucher course, or you can enter them into HCMS. For people that have questions, people that are interested, or someone that you think you may want to work with or you want to bring in, you can actually send the link joinelite.info. So there's actually like a 13-minute video about the company, how FFL works, breaks down everything. I think you watched it, right, Pierce?
I did.
So send them the same thing. Let them check it out. Let them make their decision. Keeps the procurement process really simple. For me, even though I have friends that reach out to me and ask me, they're like, "Hey, I've been watching your social media, or I heard you're doing this. Like, can you tell me more about it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Here, let me text it to you. Send you the link." And then there's like, "Well, can you just explain it to me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I will. Watch the video first." Because the thing is, a lot of those questions covered 100% detail in there. I don't want to waste time. I don't want to waste their time either, because I don't know. I might miss something if I'm in the process of explaining it over and over and over and over again. I'd rather them watch the full video. They can ask me all their questions afterwards, and then we'll focus on what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's good to go. Send them that voucher code, or enter them HCMS if they're already licensed.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime. Any other questions you had for us, Pierce?
Not at the moment. I'm working on doing the online boot, and I think I'm contracted through everyone. I think I'm just waiting for responses on that, and then hopefully should be good to start writing some business. So
looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And that's a great example too for everyone on there that's watching. Pierce is in the process of getting contracted himself. He's in the process of going through boot camp. So you don't need to have it all figured out, or you don't need to be established as a veteran or be at a certain level to start building a team. If you know ultimately that's where you want to go, start introducing the opportunity to other people now. It'll pay off. Cool. All right. Well, appreciate you, Pierce.
Hey, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Hi. This is a very, very minor question, but I was just struggling today with trying to get into the boot camp. It's like asking for a phone number, and every time I put the phone number in, it says this isn't the I'm sorry, let me pull it up right now. This isn't the requested format. So I tried it with like the dashes, spaces, no space, like nothing's working. So do you know if there's something wrong with that, or like why that's happening? Because I want to get started on the boot camp.
Awesome. Well, first of all, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, sorry, Ayana.
Ariana?
Ayana.
Ayana. Very
Yeah.
nice to meet you. Thanks for
Hi,
hopping
Ayana.
on. So as far as the boot camp,
I'm not sure which, maybe it's on the FFL Go one.
where did you access the
Oh,
Boot camp.
Mark. Mark sent me a link for Lightspeed.
Oh, okay. So if you're on Lightspeed, so that one you have to register for first.
Right.
So that's something
Yeah.
separate.
I'm putting in my name and my email, then ask for the phone number, but it just won't let me in. Like it won't sign me up. I don't know why. Maybe it's just like,
Did you go to create a new one?
yeah.
Okay.
That's weird.
So that Lightspeed is actually an additional supplemental boot camp. So that's
Oh.
Brad Lee's company, and heard some really cool things about it. So, but we do have the basic boot camp that's included in the welcome email that Joanne sent. So you can start
Okay.
with that in the meantime, which is
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's more comprehensive with the other one or this one, but we already have this one. It's free.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
So
No
if
problem.
she's having a problem with that, getting logged into Lightspeed, what should we do in that case?
We'll research that one for Lightspeed because
Yeah.
it's the first we've heard of the issue with it.
Oh, we have ours too. We have the one on
Yep.
Teachable that we made.
Yeah, how
If you
do they
if you
access
want
this one?
something, yeah. So I just put the link in the bio. So if you want to click that, you just log in. Let me go incognito because I'm on the admin view.
Is
But if
that
you just
already
log
on
in,
our
you'll
website?
see
Is it already
you'll
added
see
into-
all the
And that's already added it?
I think so.
yeah.
It's already added on.
Is that on the website already, Yoel? Or is this
on
like
the
a separate link
website.
that you're?
This is a separate thing. Yeah, it's never. I mean, we could put it to part of the website, but this is its own. This is a separate hosting platform. It's through Teachable. So, Ayana,
so
if
then
you want
maybe
to
we need
click
to
that
get that
link,
onto
if you have
onto
issue
the
with any of
onto the
that, just let
email.
me know, and we'll get you squared away.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so there's plenty of different training platforms available out there. So we got the boot camp that's included in the welcome email, which is one I'd recommend if you don't know where to access all the information. Go back to the welcome email. It's a checklist. Follow step by step. You all just added the link for the new boot camp that we started recording. We completed everything. We just haven't got a chance to formally launch it yet. And then yes, there's the Lightspeed training platform out there as well. That one you do have to pay for. I think it's $1.99 a month or something, or
I'm not sure what the fee is.
$3.99 a month, something. But whatever it is, just it's not that complicated a process. Just figure it out, learn it the first time, go through it, and then it's really just about buying leads, booking appointments, running appointments. That's where you learn the majority of this business. Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, we cover some things that I feel like haven't really been touched on our boot camp. We talk about, Albert talks about managing finances. He talks about a ton of things that are just not really, talked about as much that I've noticed. So I think like ours is a good, supplement if you don't want to pay, if you want to just kind of get kind of entry level kind of education. We try to make it pretty short. Each segment's pretty concise, like kind of a bullet point type of boot camp. And we try to organize it, make it really easy to navigate. So as far as like how we want to position it, is just something that can kind of just get the ball rolling. Because at the end of the day, you're going to learn the most through experience.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hey, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you. Hi, so I have a question about the lead campaign. How does that work, and is it recommended for new agents?
So which
lead campaign are you referring to? Where we buy our leads from? I see like a little part and it says lead campaign under it, where it says manage leads, lead campaign in the CRM.
As far as the lead campaign that we're referring to, if you go onto the ILC, which is Integrity Lead Center, which is interchangeably used with the CRM, So the thing is, if you go onto there, there's a part where you can purchase leads and then you can manage leads. There's also a part, the new section now that says real-time campaign. That's what you're referring to, right, Jasmine? So if you go into real-time campaign, it's pretty cool. I actually tried this out. You can go, you click onto that, you select the county, you select the city, the county, the state, and then select the quantity, and then it sets it up. So then they're $9 a piece. There's a small processing fee because they're doing all the work for you up front. So typically with other leads, they put the fee into they build into the cost. But the real-time leads, as soon as someone fills it out, requesting for a lead, it gets loaded onto your CRM. You'll also get an email notification that a new lead has just entered into it. I bought 30 leads just to try it out. It all filled up. I mean, I received my full fulfillment of that week for within a day and a half. So 30 leads filled up, one county. So the thing is, you can select whatever county, you can select multiple counties. So there's no shortage for the amount of leads that you want. These are all brand new, fresh leads, people that have just filled it out. One thing that they're working on that they talked about that's really cool. Every once in a while, you'll call people. They'll say like, I don't remember doing this, and it's not really that they don't remember, or they said they never filled it out. But the thing is, generally, is because they did a bunch of different things. They forgot they filled it out. They don't know exactly what context you're calling about. They're unsure about what that is. So then they'll say, I didn't fill it out. It wasn't me. The cool thing is, they're talking about this on one of the calls, is they're actually going to start screen recording people actually filling it out. People opt into it, they put in their information, and it does a screen grab and records of them actually filling out all the different fields. So when people say, I didn't fill it out, but hang on one second, let me send this over to you. I mean, that's going to be a feature coming up in the future. So for people that want to claim they didn't fill it out, they really have no dispute about it. So, that's the thing. And it goes weekly. So the thing is, you can pause it, you can turn it off, you can deactivate it, or you can just let it keep running, which is actually a really cool feature, because for a lot of people, as we went over the question with Casey earlier, it's not that people, like, everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to grow their business. It's all part of what we want to do. But the thing is, sometimes we don't have the business acumen. We don't have the experience. We don't have the typical willpower. The thing is, just think about all of us when we had jobs. We all had jobs we didn't like actual jobs. Like, we're all in business for ourselves now. We all own our business. But when you have a job, the thing is, you can't just be like, I don't feel like showing up. Or you have a set of responsibilities. I don't want to do that job today. The thing is, you don't do it for long enough, you get fired. So the thing is, here, we don't treat it the same way sometimes, because we tell ourselves we're self-employed. We tell ourselves, we're entrepreneurs. But if you don't have a consistent flow of business, a consistent way of working and, producing results, the thing is, we're not really self-employed, we're unemployed. We just have a hobby, or we have something on contract, on paper, that we can potentially go and make money with. But, we need to run it like it's a real business. So if you're bad about saving money, investing into it, set up a real-time campaign and set up the number of leads, set on auto weeklies. Because, I've heard people say that they've had leads coming in. They forgot that the lead campaign was still on, but the next dial day came up, the next dial session came up, leads already in their system. So kind of forces them to work. So it's a real good way to kind of engineer some of that, lack of direction out of your own set of business. So yeah, I definitely, if you haven't tried it yet, give it a shot. They're $9 a piece. You can't really beat that. And they're also brand new, and they're exclusive, so they're never resold.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, is that, because today was my dial day and I'm starting off at 8, and I'm like, a lot of my leads are have been taken care of, already got their insurance and stuff, and don't want any more. So I was like, I was wondering if I can get some new leads off of the campaign. So thank you guys for all that info.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Let us know the results too. That's exciting. Lisa, I'm going to add on to all the other stuff that we have.
Yeah. And those real-time leads are going to be converting them into live dials also.
Yep.
Or into live transfers.
You can talk more about that.
Well, that's what they had mentioned, that they were going to be converting those real-time leads into live transfers for you guys. I think I'm not sure if they said the end of the month or something like that, but I know that it's coming up for you guys.
So for the new ones that they buy, they have a feature that they can select, or
I'm not sure how it's gonna how that's gonna be played out, but I do know that that they're planning on making those leads transferable.
so Joanne heard about it on the admin training call. I don't know all the details, but I would imagine for the live there's real-time leads, which is the client fills it out, gets loaded into your CRM right away.
Yeah,
You get an email notification. For the live transfers, I would imagine probably would be a little bit higher cost,
for sure.
because
Yeah.
the thing is there's gonna be people actually calling them, setting them up, and then if you're set up on a live transfer, lead system, whoever the vendor is. Typically, you set the parameters of the hours in which you're working, how many leads, what states, what counties, and then someone's actually calling these clients already, booking the appointment, and then they have them on the phone. And then if it's within the parameter of your specific live transfer, set, they'll actually call you up directly or ring your phone, and then you'll pick up like, hey, I have a client. Are you ready to take a call? So basically all you gotta do is pitch. So for everyone that really hates,
Calling.
dialing, sitting in front of the computer screen and just dialing your lead after lead after lead. First of all, before I say there's a solution for it, learn to love that process first. You have to be able to always have that backup system. You always have to be able to develop that skill set, develop that grit, because the thing is, you don't want to be 100% dependent on somebody else to always feed you your appointments. But the thing is, if that feature is coming available, it could lighten up your load. It could help, reduce the amount of, time that you're sitting there dialing. It could provide you with additional opportunities. But, like I talked to Terrence, he has a booker, but the thing is, so he already has appointments, but the thing is, even on top of that, he'll still sit there and he'll dial, because the thing is, with live transfers, sometimes you're sitting around, if not as many come in at the volume that you want, you're missing out on an opportunity which you're sitting there anyway.
Yeah.
So that's another exciting feature that, we're all looking forward to.
Yeah, so I have a question. So here recently, whenever I've been on the phone making my pitch, I get an interested client, and then right whenever it comes down to submitting their social security number into the application, I find myself losing people that were, on the fence about the product in the very beginning, and then they're, dissuaded by giving out sensitive information because of scams. What's your guys' way to navigate or to mitigate that kind of interaction?
Okay. Well, first of all, if you're doing strictly are you doing telesale or virtual sale?
Telesales. I haven't really figured out how to navigate a virtual sale yet.
Okay. So the virtual sale, obviously see your face could be an added component that makes them feel a little bit more uncomfortable. But if you're doing 100% telesales, plenty of people do it. But the thing is, upfront, when you book the appointment and you actually start doing the presentation, what a lot of people do is they say, okay, what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna text over a copy of my driver's license and my state issued insurance license for whatever state you happen to be working. So you send that over, it kind of, lowers a little bit of the, the resistance a little bit, because you've established a little bit more credibility. So that's the first thing. Also, sometimes people say, hey, if you want to preface the call in advance, so I'm going to be going over some different options that you requested online or that you filled out for. So if everything works out as something that fits into your budget and fits into your needs, I will be asking for a certain amount of information so we can complete the application, which is such as, your driver's license, social security, all that stuff. Are you going to be comfortable with that, or do you need to meet in person for that? So kind of preface that a little bit. Also, we've established a new tool. So if you can, you want to present it all the way yourself with one of the main carriers, which is Americo, Prosperity, AIG. All those are simplified issue, instant decision, give you a decision on the spot. But the thing is, if you get to that point, you've already done all the other steps in advance. You prepared them, you sent them your driver's license, you sent them your state insurance license, and then they still kind of resist. One other thing you could do is you can develop a little website. I think get the information out to you, but there's a site where you load up all your information to like an about me page that has, you know, all your state licenses, has all that stuff. So you say, here I'm gonna send you another link. This is for you if you want to check this Department of Insurance. I'm a licensed broker. You know, I'm licensed. It's a highly regulated industry. You know, this is only information we need to complete your application. You know, to see if you even qualify. So you know those are little things. If after all that they still absolutely refuse to give you their bank account information or social security, whatever it may be, one last thing you could do, the Hail Mary at the end, is be like, okay, well, obviously we established that you need insurance, that you know why this is important for you and your family. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you a link, and this is through Ethos. So if you have your own private individual link, send that over to them. Just be like, you know, if you don't want to, if you're uncomfortable giving out the information, I'm gonna send you this link. You can complete the entire application process on your own. It'll give you a decision whether or not you qualify. So this way, it's all through a secure site, and you don't have to give information over the phone. So that's
the FFL field underwriter site work for Adam.
yeah, that should be it.
Okay, so we'll have you all put it in the chat. Yeah, I sent it to you all, but I wanted to confirm that would be a good place for him to kind of send his clients so that they can go ahead and they log in, and then your information pops up in that website. So we'll have you all put it in the chat in a little bit.
Although sometimes, I mean, we have to kind of distinguish. Sometimes they say it's because they don't want to give out their information, but sometimes it's really because they don't have money. They don't want to get started yet.
Hey, is prosperity family freedom term, is that also instant?
It is.
It is. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So with America Prosperity AIG, which we'd recommend starting off with those, when you run into situations that aren't covered by them, which is going to be pretty rare, then we can then reach out to your upline, reach out to the group. We'll tell you to pivot to another carrier. But if you guys, especially for all of you guys that are new on here, if you guys start off with America Prosperity AIG, number one, they have the highest comp. They'll pay you the most. They have bonuses, 10% bonuses quarterly or every 6 months. And you just simplify your process. You know, there's so many people that write with all these different carriers. They got to follow up. You know, you can't even give the client a decision on the spot, which is from our experience, you know, a lot of times people just don't like to sit around and see if they're going to get qualified for a coverage or not. They start looking around, or they just want to cancel. So if you can tell them on the spot, you do the presentation in home or over the phone or whatever it is, right there on the spot, you can tell them, hey, congratulations, you've been approved. You know, it's like more than half the battle. So as far as retaining, you know, clients. So yes, it's instant decision. Appreciate you guys hopping on this week. And John will be back next week. Thank you to Joanne. Thank you to all you guys that hopped on and asked some questions. Hopefully this helped. Let's continue to ask questions whenever you guys need help and continue to grow. Let's be elite, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you.